Ain't it a great day? Ain't it a great day? Ain't it a great day? Ain't it a great day?
Hello everyone, my name is Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is August 28th, 2025. And is this the beginning of the bull market? That is such a loaded question statement, but I'm going to break that down. I'm going to address that today. And Bitcoin is showing strength. Both of those things make sense. Bitcoin showing strength, and this may very well be the beginning of the bull market. Let's get to all of that and more. Let's get started. Let's not waste any more time. Oh, by the way, before I get started, let me just say thank you to those of you who have taken advantage of the flash sale for the single asset analysis. But for those of you who haven't and wish to, please do understand it's only 24 hours and there are only a few hours left. All right, that's it. Let's get into the analysis. Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame. We are showing strength and we're doing exactly what the charts said was likely to happen. Let's go on the hourly time frame to look at this. So last we spoke, Bitcoin was around the midline and we said, okay, looks like we're matriculating up this channel, right? Remember, context is we're in this 2-week channel from our large breakdown at 124K all the way until today. But we were saying, okay, it's not the most robust reversal, right? But we're putting in a small time frame reversal and it looks legitimate. So how do you first break out? The first move is to break out of this 2-week downtrend that you've been in, right? Because that's the trend, that is the strength. The strength of the price action is down, and it can be depicted by this channel. So first you have to break this downtrend. So for the past few days, Bitcoin has been slowly chipping away at this downtrend by matriculating up and through this 2-week channel. And we know on this channel, there's a lot of channel. We know on this YouTube show how to matriculate up and out of channels. First, you start from the bottom, then you hit your head on the midline, you come down a bit, you break through the midline, you retest the midline as support, you break through the uppermost resistance, you retest that as support, and you keep going. So up until now, what we're seeing in Bitcoin's price action is exactly what we should expect if our higher time frame thesis is accurate. And the higher time frame thesis was that Bitcoin was likely to retest all-time high. But then once it got there, it was likely to completely lose that level and make a lower low, effectuate a swing failure pattern, and trap a lot of longs. Okay, so that's what we said on the high time frame was likely, and then on the small time frames, how that would happen would likely be a matriculation up and out of this 2-week channel first and foremost. Then we hit our head at the midline, reject from that, and so on and so forth. We've traced the path. We don't need to go back over that. And I said, based off of this, if Bitcoin does indeed show strength, and does first and foremost break out of this 2-week downtrend and then continue to the upside, that's a substantial move. This will be an impulsive move. It's not pure impulse, but it's an impulsive move to levels that make it such that the rest of the cryptocurrency market gets excited. The rest of the cryptocurrency market gets very bullish, right? When I say the rest, I mean generally speaking, right? There are 10,000 plus assets in the cryptocurrency space. Most of those will enjoy positive price action as Bitcoin matriculates from where it's at right now, 112K, to all-time high beyond 124K, right? Probably 128, 129K. So that is happening. I started off by saying, is this the beginning of the bull market? And I'm not kidding. And there's so many things that we could talk about in making that statement. The first of which is many people saying, what are you talking about? Bitcoin has been in a bull market. Crypto has been in the bull market. The first thing, what is a bull market? Most people look at Bitcoin and what it's doing or what they think it's doing, and then attribute that to the rest of the cryptocurrency market as a blanket statement, right? Bitcoin is metonymous for the rest of the cryptocurrency space. And that makes sense. And it made more sense in the past when you just had Bitcoin and Litecoin and XRP and Ethereum. It made a lot of sense, right? But it doesn't make much sense anymore. There's more complexity to it, right? You have to be very careful. Even though this show is based off the premise of using Bitcoin as a proxy, it's very clearly stated we're doing that for the cryptocurrency market at large, not blanketly, unequivocally for every single last asset in crypto. You will run into very, very, very big problems if you do that. At the base of it, if you really understand what a market is, it is an individual's assets buying and trading patterns over time. So every single asset is its own market in and of itself. It's true that whatever Bitcoin does, other markets typically follow, but they are other markets unto themselves. There are some assets that have gone up while Bitcoin was going down. There are some assets that will not go up even as Bitcoin goes up. There are some assets that will do the opposite. There are tens of thousands or 10,000 plus assets in the cryptocurrency space. Be very careful when you overgeneralize what markets are doing. Then we have to address Bitcoin has been in a bull market since 16K, right? 16K to 124K, that's a bull market. I don't know where you've been. You clearly missed the move. That's an 8x, more or less, yeah? So, you think that's a bull market? The same Bitcoin that started from under $1, that's now at 124K? Its bull markets didn't just 8x. Its bull markets did. Oh, I know. I can hear you already. No, but we're going up 150K. Okay, 9, 10x. That's still not a bull market. Understand what a bull market is. I'm not even going to waste time going on the charts showing this. Bull markets in crypto are exponential. Most of what you all call bull markets, I'm referring to those that call this a bull market, what Bitcoin's done since 16K. That's an up and to the right move. That's not necessarily a bull market. Again, it's at a point, our market, crypto, is mature enough where we have to be more refined in our analysis and our understanding of what markets are, what cycles are, so on and so forth. Every market has its own cycle. Bitcoin, I contend, and I've been saying this for a while on this channel, is not yet in a bull market, even though it's gone up and to the right. The bull market for Bitcoin starts upon retesting 55 to 60K. I'm not going to rehash that analysis because we're going to talk about other stuff here. Okay? When I said, is this the start of the bull market, I wasn't necessarily referring to Bitcoin. I'm referring to what everybody here and their mothers want to trade and get rich off of. Altcoins. Now, as a preface to this conversation, please understand I do this for a living, right? I run the crypto portfolio mentorship and consultation service. It's a trading group, as it were, and there's a subscription or a membership for that. I also have this single asset analysis service that I just talked about in the beginning of the video. That's how I get by, how I make a living. So I talk specifically about what altcoins are doing, where they are in their market cycle, if they're a buy, if they're a sell, all that stuff. That being said, I can't, in fairness to myself and those that have paid for the services, just spout out all kinds of info on specific altcoins, what they're trending to doing and all that stuff. But let me say this. From what I've seen, and I've done a few single asset analyses today, right? For the flash sale. What I'm seeing in the markets, this may be the beginning of the bull market. And I say the bull market, generally speaking, again, because we have 10,000 plus asset in crypto. Most of those assets, 99.99%, are altcoins. Not every altcoin is going to do the same thing, but many of them are going to enjoy Bitcoin going from where it's at right now and trying to make an all-time high, and use that to put in price action that we haven't seen in a long time. It's going to be impulsive. It's going to be to the upside. It's going to be double-digit gains on a consistent basis for at least as long as Bitcoin struggles to make all-time highs. That's what I'm seeing on the charts, on the small time frames, right? This is what I'm seeing. So this may very well be the beginning of the bull market, because when I'm at, and excuse me again for speaking abstractly and not showing you a chart. Again, it's because this is what I do and I can't just show everything. But let me say, it's not first going to be every altcoin. So altcoins in general, there's not like an altcoin like conglomerate and all the altcoins do this. Like let me say, as a digression, but a good relevant digression. So maybe it's not even a digression. When I first got into crypto, I studied this account and the alpha that it was sharing. Okay, it's a good account, but it'll only get you so far. It's good information, but it'll only get you so far. Secrets of Crypto, it's on Twitter. Legendary account. Okay, and the information shared on this account is good, but basic. And it's more relevant to an immature market. I wouldn't say crypto's yet mature because it's only been like a little bit over a decade and most altcoins are less than 5 years old, but it's more mature than a lot of this information. And let me give you an example. This right here is a very popular info. What do you call these? I want to say infomercial. It's not an infomercial. It's a popular graphic. It's been spread and shared throughout the cryptocurrency space. And a lot of these ideas don't apply, and they didn't apply at first, but we thought they did because crypto's so young. We've only had a little over a decade, so we saw one thing happen twice and we're like, okay, that's what's going to happen. So you see, he says alt season is a function of the market due to new participants flooding in, and it's triggered by Bitcoin mining supply halving every 4 years, causes a surge in price. That's still true. And then it says sudden loss of faith gives you in fiat currencies, gives a trickle down or a flow or a rotation of capital from the largest asset, Bitcoin, into the smallest ones. So if you studied this, and I did, you'd be under the impression that you first get Bitcoin's bull market, and then you get Ethereum's bull market, and then you get the large cap bull market, and then you get alt season, which is just a bunch of altcoins. There's a lot of market participants in the cryptocurrency space that still espouse this understanding. For them, this is gospel. That is extremely dangerous. It doesn't work like this. Do the analysis for yourself. I don't have this right here, what we're doing, this show, it's not the forum. Like, I would take hours to break down why this is no longer applicable. But, this goes into doing your own research. Do your own research. Think about it. If this still applies perfectly, by all means, go ahead. But if you really put this to the test, you'll see it quickly breaks down. So you're telling me Bitcoin 8x, is that the extent of its bull market? Okay, it's going to 150. 9x, that's the extent of its bull market. Ethereum going to 5,000, that's the extent of its bull market. And then the large caps. Which large caps have moved? Oh, Solana, that's the only one. What about all the other large caps? Where are they at? What are they doing? And then alt season. What the hell has moved? Oh, that one random meme coin that nobody freaking knows about, that has no liquidity, that's super small market cap. What about 95 to 98% of assets in the space? What about them? Oh, they're not gonna move? Oh, so it's over now? Oh, I'm just a bad trader. I get it. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't make sense. You can try to make it make sense, but then you're just lying to yourself. So this is why I'm saying, if you look at the market as it currently is, what it's currently doing, we have early signs of an actual bull market. And I say bull market, understanding that I just told you that every market is an individual entity unto itself. But by and large, if the majority of assets start exhibiting bullish behavior in, as far as, pumping, like, and I mean really pumping double digits consistently, day in, day out, most of us would say, yeah, no, this is a bull market. This is a crypto bull market. Even though there's some outliers that are doing something else, if most assets are running, we call that a bull market. This is what I'm saying we are on the brink of, and the beginning may very well be this move. Okay, again, I'm sorry, I can't fully discuss this. I don't have the time, nor am I at the liberty to do that, but think about what I've presented in this video. Now, let's finish by looking at Bitcoin dominance in the total 3. Let's do total 3 first. Just like we left it, the total 3 is still at resistance, okay? And again, I said this many times, the total 3 is an indicator. It's all the altcoins minus Ethereum. It's heavily skewed towards the large market cap altcoins. So don't think that this represents all altcoins. It disproportionately represents the largest market cap. So most small market caps are on support, but you won't see that here. It won't be reflected here. Here you just see a big resistance, and you basically won't see much more movement than that. So that's why you should expect some altcoins, particularly larger market cap altcoins that are way off of support, not to do much, even as Bitcoin matriculates up to all-time highs. So that's still true. Nothing's changed on that front. Finally, our Bitcoin dominance does tell us that, but it's actually telling us something else. So Bitcoin dominance on the high time frame, just zooming out really quickly, is at support. I know it doesn't look like it, but this is a 760 some odd day support. It's being loosely held, and one of the reasons why, it's in the process of breaking down. So when you break down, we've talked about it, when you break down from a channel, you hit the, you start from the top, okay? That's the start of the breakdown. You come down, you retest the midline. You know what? More I look at this, the more I'm like, the midline's been retested. The midline's been retested. I'm not super comfortable with waiting for a retest of that midline. I'm looking on the high time frames, on the weekly time frame. This level right here looks retested by two, or yeah, these two weekly green candles right here retested the midline. I'm gonna remove this. I'm no longer going to wait for a retest of this level. This insight is in real time, because if I had that insight before, I would have probably removed it, but I'm having this in real time. So that's how you break out of a channel. You start from the top, you go retest the midline, and then you matriculate out of the channel, and then you finally retest the final the bottom of the channel, right? So this is a breakdown. This is a bearish breakdown of a channel. So we've got all the elements minus this. This is what I'm waiting for now. There's a reason we don't look like we're at support. It's because we're currently breaking support, right? It just doesn't make sense for us to come back here. Like, I'm looking at the chart, it doesn't make sense. So I'm going to do what makes sense, and I'm going to change my analysis of Bitcoin dominance as to needing to do this. This supports what I've just told you. Pretty much, we're very close to a bull market, a general wholesale crypto bull market, because Bitcoin dominance is hanging by a thread, and all it needs to do is come back to around 59-60% before finally breaking all the way down to this target right here, which is this massive diagonal resistance. So that's what I'm seeing. So Bitcoin dominance, interestingly enough, supports the thesis that we're extremely close to things just popping off. Don't be surprised if you see random dead projects. There's so many terms, hackneyed terms that haven't been thought out, that are used and flung about in the cryptocurrency space. Dead, it's a dead project. A lot of dead projects are going to be moving, because this is going to usher in the move from Bitcoin, from where it's at now to all-time high, is going to usher in the 2025 bull market. And it's also going to confuse a lot of people, because everybody thinks, based off of secrets of crypto, based off of what they understand as common understanding, common knowledge in crypto, that the bull market starts with Bitcoin. But actually, if you really think about it, and if you really do your own research, which I really welcome you and invite you to do, it's altcoins that start the bull market. The lower caps should, it only makes sense. The lower caps are the first movers, because they're lower cap. They're lower market cap. They're easier to move. They move first. So do expect that to happen. Don't be surprised if you see a bunch of green in your markets on your watch list. Don't get confused. Yes, this is according to plan. And meanwhile, your favorite altcoins, the ones that people are talking about, the ones that people are investing a lot of money in, hedge funds, the ones that influencers are telling you, that's the only safe bet, they might not be doing much. That's my analysis for today. Hope this was helpful, useful. Like, share, and subscribe if you got value. Don't forget, only a few hours left for my single asset analysis flash sale for a limited time, just a few more hours, because it was a 24-hour flash sale. It's half off, so instead of $120, it's $60. Details in the pinned comment below. My crypto portfolio mentorship and consultation service. It's a full service for your full portfolio, up to 5 altcoins. Trade with me, full access, email, all that stuff. Details in the pinned comment below. Last but not least, BTC.C, my exchange partner, is still giving 10% cash back for new deposits on the channel or on the exchange with a minimum of 500 USDT. All you need to do is make a trade, either spot or leverage, wait up to 7 days, and get your cash back. That's it for me, guys. Take care. See you later. Bye.
I vocalize, too deep to localize, even when I'm right on the surface. You act surprised how I work this, but I can't lie. Many a good alibi. I'll catch you later. Visions are vividly enhanced with emphasis and amethyst to develop morale advantages which help us manifest. Magnanimous, we body vitals like evangelists. So listen when you're dealing with people who be revealing premonitions with precision. At least that's what I'm aiming at for now. I speak the language of the world, meandering throughout the crowd. Used to feel safe to say anything, but now it's a risk. It's hard for me to let go when all I can do is reminisce. Gone like the wind, here's where I